Lunches to go are very common. Sandwiches meet the need for ease in packing and carrying and can be eaten without the use of table cutlery. Sandwich fillings must be the type that hold together and are safe without refrigeration for a short time. But a lunchbox ice pack is still a good investment. Use different types of bread to vary the interest. Add some crunchy raw vegetables, fruit juice for a drink, a dessert pudding or yogurt with a cookie or granola bar to complete the meal. Pack it in a lunchbox or bag and off it goes.
Lunches to go are a special kind of meal for you to prepare. And how you package them is important too. Some students, particularly high school kids, just prefer it in a paper bag where they can just throw everything away when they're done. Little kids often like to carry their lunchbox. And in lunchboxes we have various things. A thermos, a freezer pack, a drink box, some cutlery, which is disposable or old, perhaps a paper towel or a towelette for washing hands, or some antibacterial gel, which could be tucked into an outside pocket and be there all the time for the child to use. Use plastic containers, and you can collect the type of containers. Turn them on their side with some water in them to make sure that they don't leak. You can also buy containers. 2 hints in packing lunch. It's sometimes good to have your children help you because they will tell you what they like and what they don't like. And the other thing is, encourage your children to be sure that they bring everything that they don't eat home. That helps you keep control of what they have eaten and why they haven't eaten it. The base for a lunch to go is usually the sandwich. And sandwiches are often made from bread. But there are other bread products that can be used as well, which gives a little bit of variety and fun. Flatbreads are fun. Tortillas, the filling is put in and rolled up. Pita bread has a little pocket in it where your fillings can be put in here. And bagels are another alternative, as well as whole wheat crackers, which are now on the market. And these are a very, very good biscuit, not only inexpensive, but also the lowest and the best health-wise. The fillings for sandwiches are most often protein, but it is important to prepare a filling that doesn't fall apart. Some suggestions are a hard-cooked egg, just along with some bread and butter. Or you can make the hard-cooked egg into an egg salad sandwich. Cheese can be used as is, along with some crackers. It can also be used in combination with some meat. And there are many, many different kinds of cheeses to add taste and flavor. Deli meats are used, except there are a couple of things wrong. They are, first of all, expensive, and secondly, they don't keep nearly as long. Because they're sliced, the air gets in, and they do not keep much longer than 3 to 5 days. So look for some meat in the canned section. You will find that the canned meat comes out less expensive than buying it in the deli, so it is a good alternative. Also fish, tuna, and salmon. Ham, purchased this way, is a very economical and good way to buy it. It's vacuum packed, so it keeps until you open it, and even then it will keep a long time well wrapped because the air hasn't got into it. You can also use it by grinding it up and mixing it with some pickles and making a sandwich, a minced ham sandwich, or you can slice it and make a sandwich in any which way you want, and you can also use this kind of ham for another meal. The things that we put on the sandwich or eat along with the sandwich are called condiments. Some of them we want to question a little bit. You may or may not want a Spanish onion on it, tasty as it is. Tomato can tend to make your sandwich soggy if your lunch has to sit 2 or 3 hours before you eat. Put in all kinds of crunchy things. Doesn't really matter whether it's cauliflower, broccoli, raw turnip. If the children like it, put it in. Green pepper and carrots are usually the favorite. We often include on a sandwich some lettuce. It has a tendency to slip a little bit too, but along with mayonnaise we can solve that problem. These are a very healthy alternative to lettuce. Sprouts, broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, a melody of sprouts. They are the little plant that is just growing. They are absolutely full of nutrients, and it is good to try and get your family to eat lots of these and put them on your sandwiches. The disadvantage of them is this will only last about 1 week. The all-time favorite filling for a sandwich for children is peanut butter. Peanut butter with jam, peanut butter with honey. However, we can't send peanut butter sandwiches to school anymore because of the peanut allergies, which is very unfortunate. Do look at the labels when you buy peanut butter and know exactly what you're buying. What the manufacturers have done is remove the peanut oil because it's a very good oil and they can sell it for a much higher price separately as peanut oil. So they replace the peanut oil with hydrogenated vegetable oil, and they also add sugar of some sort. This particular brand has peanuts, corn syrup, which is a sugar, and hydrogenated vegetable oil. This is one product that's on the market that is just peanuts. Peanuts are ground up and that's it. The peanut oil is still there. Now peanut oil will rise to the top because it's not been homogenized to keep it all smooth. And you do have to stir it really well every time that you use it, and you also have to keep it in the refrigerator. But one trick is to store it upside down, because oil will come to the top, and then each time you use it, when you turn it up this way, most of the oil is in the bottom and it's much easier to stir and much easier to use. Just be knowledgeable about what you're using. This will probably be a little bit cheaper, but this is much healthier. Desserts for lunches to go can be very varied, only limited by your imagination. These kinds of fruits, fresh fruits, are probably the best to go in the brown bag lunch. If a child has trouble peeling their orange, give them a little hand by slicing a little bit off the top to help them get started. But if they still find that awkward, do it at home and put it in a container. Also do that with any fresh fruit, fresh strawberries, fresh raspberries. This is cantaloupe, one of the very best year-round fruits and full of nutrients. Don't neglect canned fruit. Sliced peaches, fruit cocktail, pineapple, pears, and the fruit bowls that you make at home. Send some in a little container in the next day's lunch. Applesauce, made at home, very nutritious. These fruit desserts perhaps might like to have a little sweet along with it. You could send a muffin, a cookie, your homemade granola bars, and a little bit of granola just to crunch on. Raisins. These are nice little things to just tuck in extras if the child has and needs a little snack in the middle of the day. These desserts are also homemade. Rice pudding, bread pudding too, if you have some, milk puddings of all kinds, and the yogurt, which we made at home. Now yogurt can be turned into a fruit yogurt by adding just a little bit of jam. We're sweetening it up, but it does have a little bit of that sweet, tangy taste. Just stir it up, and now I have raspberry yogurt. Another little trick is to freeze yogurt. This one, we have put raspberry jam in it and stirred it up, and also sprinkled some granola through it, and then we put it in the freezer. These desserts really should have a freezer pack in your lunch box. There are many types of drinks that can be put in a lunch to go. I would recommend that you do not put milk in. Milk needs to be kept very cold, which is very hard to do. Choose juices: tomato juice, vitaminized apple juice, and orange juice. This drink is a vegetable-based drink and has a tremendous amount of carotene in it. So it is especially nice for a child who really doesn't like vegetables. When you are packaging them, if you want to keep them a little colder, you can always pop an ice cube into your container and then pour your cold drink from the refrigerator, and this will keep them nice and cool until the child is ready to use them.